Many of you might not be aware that why you are here. Really, what is the real motivation force, or what is the power which has compelled you to come here? Some of you might be aware. So for some of you it might be that I just want to have a look, what is this? Or I want answers for my questions. Questions I am saying. I want to clarify some confusions related to spirituality. Some problem I have been facing. Maybe this guy will tell me the solution. But this is not really what compelled you to come here. There is something else. And if you can be little bit aware of what is that something else which brought you here, then you are on the path of awakening. Already you are on the path of awakening then. If you can just pay a little bit attention to why you came here. That is the direction where you have to bring your attention, your light of your seeing. That is where the sleep is happening, and it has to be removed from there. Otherwise, a normal mood or the climate around the seeking and the spirituality will be doing, reaching, doing, moving, reaching, achieving. It will remain like this. I want to tell you, break this pattern a little bit. Learn how to sit and look. This sitting and looking is what is going to help you wake up. Wake up to what is already here. Here means not in satsang, but anywhere, wherever you are. And you have to wake up to that in order to solve any or all of your problems. There is nothing else you have to do. Nothing else. And this satsang is to support or to give you a climate where awakening can happen. Nobody can give awakening to you. Nobody can push you on this path. Only help can be given through an environment, through a climate where the truth is present, and there is a possibility of a resonance within yourself while you are sitting here, if you are up for it. When you are up for truth, resonance is natural. You will feel this sensitivity which comes from the decision that I want to know the truth now, nothing more, nothing less. Then you naturally become more sensitive, more available, more present here. And then a natural resonance happens, which is also called transmission of light from one lamp to another. And both of the lamps are not doing anything. They are just not doing anything. They are just present. The only thing that is happening is non-physically, not physically, but more like energetically, they are coming closer and closer and closer. There is a minimum distance needed for this transmission to take place. This satsang is a climate in which this is possible. Nobody will do it. I will not do anything, you will not do anything. We are just here, listening, being present more and more. Just present. Because this is not some kind of training program we are in, where you need steps processes. Your expertise is not required here. Your presence is needed. Your mind is not needed. You are needed, because you have to wake up, not your mind. Your mind is as okay as it is. There is no need to do any changes in your mind. Your mind will remain same, and still you will wake up, and then some changes may happen, may not happen also, but now they don't matter to you. So only you are needed. The one who says that I am not okay as I am, the one who says there is something missing in life, some change is needed, this one is needed here. Only this one, without any additional qualifications, without any reference to the past experiences that this happened yesterday in session, and now because it is in continuation to the past session, so what do you think I should do now? No need. Let's meet fresh. We are meeting for the very first time right now. And this is simple truth. Whether I see and you see or not, but this is a simple truth. Even if you have been with me for so many months, we are meeting for the very first time right now. Let's meet like this, in this aliveness of this moment. It looks like life has divided its way of working into movements. So every movement is not really some kind of thing which you have to encounter and train yourself and then do certain things about it. The movement itself has its own wisdom. It has its own wisdom, what to do, how to do, It has everything inbuilt in this movement, everything. You just need to be present, so that you get access to this wisdom, universal wisdom, and the actions come out of it, which are in harmony with the whole, not isolated, not harming anybody. So get access to this universal wisdom, which is the wisdom of the source of life, that how anything should happen in each moment with each separate appearance within the oneness of life. The only thing which is in the way, your confidence that I will do it, I can do it, I know how to do it. Only this is in the way, because you are very much present here, and still you are not present because of this. You are in a way absent, because it is not accessible. And remember, this wisdom is not what is not accessible to you. You are not accessible to it. It can burn anything in you. Just you have to be present here. It will just change everything, and in one moment you will be a different being, actually, different person, totally. So you need to be accessible. In Hindi, the word, the definition for a awakened being or an enlightened being is the one who has become available for truth. Not that truth has become available to him, no. He has become available to truth. बुद्धत्व को उपलब्ध हो जाना. उपलब्ध means he has become available. I am available. Do whatever you want to do. This is what is needed. So become available unconditionally if you are up for truth, or conditionally if you need something else. We can talk about that also. I have no objection about your questions, as long as it is seen in this moment that they will help you in some way to reach to your true self, to help you come back in this moment. So you all are welcome. If you have any questions, please you can ask. Such a beautiful satsang today. Brother Ocean is also with us. Thank you, brother.
When I'm listening to you, I feel like I don't know if, I feel like I'm more in a meditative way in listening to you, and have a thought that I'm not really present. So maybe you can tell something like that.
It actually remains a little bit confusing in the beginning like this. The reason is we know only 2 or 3 states of ourselves. One is a wakeful state in the daytime when we are awake and working, and one is a dream state, and one is sleep state. These are the 3 states only we know. We are not aware of any other state. And in the dream state, dream is going on. So there is an engagement, busyness. In the daytime, continuously you are moving from one task to another task, one event to another event. In the sleep, you have no idea what is happening anyway. Now, this sitting and listening is a new thing actually, where you are not working, you are not doing anything, you are not sleeping, you are not dreaming, you know. So it takes a little bit time to discriminate, are you sleeping or are you present? It will take just time, little bit time. Let this presence of this moment decide. Let it work on you, and you will understand clearly that no, I am present. No, I am not sleeping, and I am not in a trance. I am not in the mind. So it's okay. I am sleeping like this. I am present like this. This is a very genuine, very nice question. It will definitely help many others of you. Also, try to catch the vibration which is present here. There is a subtle vibration which is present here when we are in satsang. This is the vibration of the presence of life, which becomes easily accessible when you are in satsang. Otherwise, it is always there, but because there are other things which attract your attention, you are not able to feel that vibration alone. Right now, this presence of this truth here kind of catches almost all of your attention, and it becomes so easy for you to feel it. So use it well and feel this vibration. As long as you are feeling this vibration, you are not sleeping, you are present. So being present means being present with this presence, and this presence has this quality, almost like an experience of a vibration of sweetness. Also, when we are bringing some light onto this listening, I want to say a little bit more about it. In the ancient times, this has been the greatest, the most effective method of communication, listening, or most effective method of transformation. And why? Because when you are listening, you are not talking verbally, and also you are not supporting the talk of the mind. So the more you become available to this voice, and the more you listen carefully, the more your mind becomes quiet. Because you are not paying any attention to it, so your attention does not go there. And when you are totally present here, you are not relatively, you are also not affected by any chattering of the mind. So overall impact is that you almost become free from mind for the time being. So this voice has some kind of energy which can help you do all these things. Plus, once you are here, when you are available, when you are not in the mind, then it can very easily guide you to yourself. Very easily. No effort is needed for that. So it's a great, actually. I mean, listening has been those who are ready to listen only, they most of the time they are holding the highest position in the seekers of truth, because of the maturity, they have become so mature now that they can smell the truth, and once they smell the truth, they just come, sit and listen. They just don't do anything else, because they have known clearly whatever I will do is not going to really help so much, because you have to listen to the truth so that you can see the truth, so that your misunderstandings about yourself, about life can be removed. There is nothing wrong anywhere. There are just some misunderstandings that you have, which are living as reality in the absence of knowledge of your true self. In the absence of the knowledge of yourself, false is living as truth, which is causing all the trouble. And just by listening, many misunderstandings are removed. You don't have to bring the true knowledge in. You have to throw the ignorance out. Your true knowledge comes from within, not from outside. Remember this. The true knowledge will come from inside yourself. And if it is not coming from inside of yourself, it is useless. Anybody who gave it to you will take it back also. The situation, the satsang or any activity which gave you this knowledge will take it back also. Then it is a dependency. Now you are dependent. So every day you have to go to satsang. Or this satsang finishes, you have to find another satsang now. This is not true knowledge. This is not the true knowledge of truth, of this self. It comes from within in such a way that nobody can take it from you. Even you cannot separate it from yourself. It is like this body is knowing itself. Now this knowledge has happened into the body, about the body. Now how to separate? You cannot separate them. This kind of flavor this true knowledge has. And what is in the way? Your engagement with what is not true. And whatever is in the mind is that engagement. Whatever is true does not need maintenance, does not depend on movements, doing. It is happily present in this non-doing state of your being, watching everything, and by the very presence of this non-doing being, everything else is happening, like a unfolding, like a fragrance. So your actions are your are the fragrance of your presence, not your doing. Just by being present, meeting every moment, you are presence. Every moment has some presence coming from the same source. Then you know, we both know the language very easily, without understanding, without mind. And suddenly something gets activated in you, and you exactly know what to do now, in every moment actually. This is what I call wisdom of every moment. But for that you will need to be free from your mind, in the sense that you have to check, is it giving you anything really? Because you cannot be free from mind through exercises, meaning spiritual practices or anything. You can be free from mind by understanding only, by clear seeing, what is this giving to me? what is your need, because what is happening is your need is of a glass of water, and because you are not clear about it and you have no way to do anything about it except through the mind is selling you pasta, pizza and things like this, and you are buying also. In place of water, you are eating something which makes you more thirsty because of this lack of clarity, because of this dependency. And I tell you, you are not really dependent on your mind until you see it. Once you see, you will become clear that there is no dependency you have on the mind. You are the user of the mind, not the victim of the mind. Yeah?